Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник». How's everybody out there doing today? Coates 9500 coming right at you on this nice day, nice weather. Get this phone where I want it. There we go. Finally, a nice cool day out where you don't need the air conditioner running. Huh? I like these days where it's 64 degrees out, 62. Let's see if this other phone working here. Yeah, I haven't been on in a little while. No reason why. I ain't gonna be on here that long, but I figured I'd stop by because it's a... Let's see here. Get the phone situation situated. There we go. Okay, let's see who's in here. Who was first? Who was first? It was Hanner. Look at that. Hanner made it in here first. Thanks for coming in, Hanner. Liz, thanks for coming in. So yeah, I figured I'd stop by. I haven't been coming on because there ain't nothing really to talk about. Still got the van. The van's still running great. And everything. So it's and that. So like I say, it's what was I gonna say? Yeah, my van is running all right, and I'm gonna be another couple more months, and we'll be headed out of here. I'll be thank God for that. Get out of this place, man. I've been up here long enough now. The Northeast, I've seen enough of it for a while. I want to go back south. I want to go to Florida, Louisiana. It's coming. It's all in the works. Don't worry. It's all in the works. Got a few more things I've got to do, which is, like I say, pay my insurance. Got that coming up. That's one thing. A sticker on the plate. That's another thing. Registration, whatever. A few other little things to go to take care of, and we'll be good. Good to get out. But I figured I'd just, I don't know. It's a good day out. I figured I'd connect and see what everybody's up to. You know. So, see, I still can't read the chat with this phone. The funny thing is, when I go live on this app, it doesn't show on the phone that I'm doing the stream from. It doesn't show the chat. And I didn't shut it off. It just doesn't do it. I have to have the other phone going so I can see it, which I got right beside me. So, but I ain't gonna stay on here too long because I don't even have the phone plugged in. Otherwise, it will. I could go for a long time if I have the phone plugged into my Milwaukee battery and then do the stream. Then it'll go for 4 hours or whatever. But I'm just on the battery of the phone, so it's already dropped to 87%. I had 100% when I started this. It's already dropped to 87. Imagine that. And it's raining out. Look at that. It's raining. Start the live stream. Within a couple minutes, it starts raining. Imagine that. So, yeah. So what else is new? Nothing really. I'm just trying to survive another day. I'm still here. My van is still here. So we're doing all right for right now. But, yeah. What else is going on? There's really nothing. Not a thing. Just another day. But today, I didn't have to run my air conditioner because it's a much cooler day out. In the low 60s. Imagine that. Get a break from the 90s and 80s. What a difference. These are days I like, actually. When it's like 60 to 64, them are the kind of days I like living in a van. Not when it's raining out, but if it's not raining, just living in the van, 60 to 64 degrees, that's like almost perfect weather. It's perfect for me. You know, when you have to run that generator for 12 hours a day, you know, that's a lot of running. It does it, but it's a lot of, you know. And I figured out that generator runs 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours on a tank of gas. And that's running the air conditioner. Because now I figured it out. Because I ran it, I filled it up full of gas, and I ran it till it ran out of gas. And it goes 6.5 hours. Running my rooftop air conditioner when it's 90 degrees out. 6.5 hours. Because it's got a bigger tank. That's why it's doing it. See, the Honda would do it just as much, but the Honda didn't have the biggest tank. The Honda only had 1.1 gallons, and this has got almost 1.5. 1.4, a quarter, however they figure it. It's almost 1.5 gallons. Almost a gallon and a half. But anyway, 6.5 hours is not bad for what is holding a gallon and a half of gas. A gallon and a half of gas. And that's running the air conditioner. So that's not too bad. So I usually go through a couple tanks, a tank and then another one. So yeah, it's about the same as the same. The gas is about the same as the Honda, but I don't have to fill it up. once and then not have to fill it up again. So twice, instead of 2 fills instead of 3. You know, that's the only difference. But yeah, so I like that better with the bigger tank. I do like the bigger tank, and it's been running good. It's been so far so good. I really haven't had it long enough, but so far that Harbor Freight generator is running pretty decent. I mean, I'm surprised. It's not as good as the Honda, but if I got the year warranty on it, if anything breaks, it's automatically going back. So it's good to have the warranty. If you're gonna go buy something from Harbor Freight Tool, like a generator or something like that, it's worth buying the warranty, the 2-year or the 1-year. I bought the 1-year for $160, and I figured it was worth it because if something happens, then I just either take it back and get my money or just get another generator. But I think it's going to be alright. I mean, I think it's going to be fine. But time will tell. But I can almost bet you that it won't be as good as the Honda. There's just no way. I don't believe it. If it is, then I'll be shocked. But it's good on fuel, though. You know, like I say, 6.5 hours, and that's running the air conditioner. That's pretty good to run out of gas. I usually just set my alarm for 6 hours, and then I fill it up again, and we're good to go. But yeah. Oh, I did change the oil in my van the other day. I went and bought the oil. I went and bought the oil filter, the air filter, the crankcase breather filter, and I changed it out in the parking lot out here. I haven't changed the oil in 15 months in this van. Imagine that. It's been 15 months. I wrote it down. But you know how many miles I drove it? 1,987 miles in 15 months. Think about that a minute. 15 months. Not even 2,000 miles. Imagine that. So I said, I got to change it, because when I changed it, man, it was black. And I run the good oil, too. I run the Mobil 1 fully synthetic oil in this van. You know, the good stuff. Where is it? This is the one I run in the van right here. Right? I would say it's the best. But I went 15 months, and that oil was black. It was black as black can be. And the filter, good thing I have an oil filter wrench, because usually sometimes you can get up there with your hands, you could turn the filter and get it off. Not this time. This time, I needed the oil filter wrench. It was on there. But I got it. And I got my Milwaukee grease gun out, and I greased up the front end, and I checked the rear differential while I was at it. So I got everything good to go. I'll be good to it's all good for going down south right now. Even though I'm not going to leave till like the end of October, it's done. Everything's done. The grease has been greased, oil changed, new air filter, new crankcase breather filter, rear differential oil checked. I checked that. It was down about 4 ounces for some reason. I don't know if it evaporated or what. So I went and bought another quart of that as well. 80-90 gear oil. Took 4 ounces out of this for the back rear differential. Y'all little 3/8 drive. You put your ratchet extension in there, and you can just turn it out. It's easy. It's easy. But you just stick your little finger in there, and if you can feel the oil, I couldn't really feel it, but I said, you know what, I'll go get some oil because I didn't have any. So then I crawled back under it again. But anyways, I was able to put some oil out of this quart jug into it, like 4 ounces, and it filled it right up. I don't know if it evaporated or what, but we got that up full. And what else? Oh, I got to rotate the tires. I ain't done that yet. So I got to do that's one thing I got to do. I didn't do. Other than that, it seems to be alright so far. But anything could happen at any time. But, so yeah, it's just a regular maintenance as usual. You know, gotta keep it going. Because this is all I've got, right? So if I don't have this, we'll be out in the woods somewhere. I don't want to be out in the woods somewhere where there's ticks and snakes and poison ivy. I want to be in my van. That's right. But, so yeah, it's just, the tires are still pretty good on it. I can still get another year or two, another year anyways, out of the tires that are on it. And then, I may have to buy tires in a couple of years or something like that. But I think they'll be good for at least another year. The brakes are okay for now, so. But yeah, I think everything will be alright. Let's see, who else do we got in here? Let me check this here. This again. Okay. Dustin, yeah. I'm still in the Northeast. The chat froze up. I didn't even get to see you guys. Yeah, I'm still in the Northeast. Let me see here. I missed a bunch of you guys here. Can I get $25 for something to eat? I don't know who that is. Are you still living in the RV? Yes, I'm still living in van. Yep. Show your hairline. I don't know who this guy is. Yesterday. 110 in Texas, yeah. I'm glad I'm not in Texas. It's too hot right now. Or Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see here. Liz says the raindrops are coming. Just saying, yeah, they're hitting my roof right now, Les. They're hitting my roof right now. It's supposed to be a rainy day. It's supposed to rain all day. So I won't be getting outside too much. Unless I go out in the rain, which I'm not going to do. So, just one of them days. You know. But, anyways. At least I got a nice dry place to stay and not to sleep outdoors or whatever. How's the generator doing? The generator's doing great. I'm surprised for being a Harbor Freight tool generator, which is a Predator. I'm surprised how good it is. Every time I go out to start it, one pull and it's running. Just like the Honda. One pull. First thing I do is I turn over on the choke, over to the choke, grab it, one pull, and it's running. Every time it's one pull. Very seldom if it's two pulls, unless I do something wrong myself. But it's usually just one pull and it's running. I think it's a good generator. But it's not, like I said, it's not as good as the Honda. I don't think it'll ever be as good as the Honda. But, you know, for the money, and I got the warranty on it, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to run it. If something happens, it goes back. So, I think it'll be alright. And I think it'll be alright. It doesn't struggle running the air conditioner at all. Kicks the compressor in with no problem. Like I said, you know, just keeping the maintenance on that too, you know. Keeping the oil changed in it. Keeping the air filter clean. The spark arrestor clean. Stuff like that. Just the regular maintenance. See, what happens, a lot of times they fail because people don't maintain them. If you just take the time to maintain a vehicle, a generator, a lawnmower, whatever it is, it's going to last a lot longer. A lot of people just run them and run them and run them. Don't do nothing to them. Then they fail. They'll just fail. But yeah, it's all part of it, I guess, you know. But it's starting to come down pretty good out there right now. Yeah, it's starting to come down pretty good out there. Yeah, it's raining pretty good. They said it was gonna. They said it was gonna be good. A lot of rain today. But yeah, so I was surprised though it was down on this oil here, the truck, the van. It was down for 4 ounces. I took 4 ounces out of this quart jug right here for the rear differential. It must have evaporated. 3 years ago I changed it out and I filled it right up. It held 3.5 quarts. Held 3.5 of these. And you guys remember I made a video of it. It's on my channel. And I changed the oil out and I cleaned everything up, put it away, and I haven't touched it since. And I went to check it. I got my little finger in there and I couldn't really feel anything. And then I really pushed my finger down in there and I could barely touch it. And I said, you know what, I gotta go get some oil. So it was down 4 ounces for some reason. It must have evaporated or something. It don't leak. I checked for leaks. There's no leaks. So it must have evaporated. But let's see here. So that's all I can think of. The oil for the van was $24.97 for 5 quarts, and at the parts store it was $37.99. So I ain't buying it at AutoZone. I go buy it at Walmart. You know, I can't believe it's $13 difference. The same fucking oil. This jug right here. This 5 quart jug right here. This 5 quart jug is $37.99 at AutoZone and Advance Auto Parts. Walmart, $24.97. Same thing. It's unbelievable. They charge a $13 difference. I mean, I could see if it was $5 difference, but $13? Come on now. What's your? I'm planning on heading back south. End of October. About the 28th, 30th of October. Get back on the road. Get out of here. That's my plan. That's what I got planned. Are you still out with gas? Yeah, I gotta have gas. You know that. Almost every day. Oh, I get sick of carrying that gas can around. Oh, it's just unbelievable. Makes you tired too. It's just being out in that heat. Because you know, when you're out there with the gas can, there's no trees around. It's all blacktop and concrete. And it's hot out there. And it's a lot of walking around. You know. You gotta have gas. Gas and food you gotta have. And water. I find myself running around after gasoline, water, and food. Those 3. Every day. Every day. You can bank on it. I'm still in St. Augustine. I'm going to Georgia next week for a couple of weeks for move on. Yeah, that's not bad. I've been to St. Augustine. I've been to Georgia, all that. Yeah. Yeah, I've been down through all there. I've been down to Daytona and Fort Pierce. I've been over on the west side too of Florida, so. But I like Louisiana too, so. But I'll definitely be down in the south, hopefully, if all goes well, by November. By the first week of November, if all goes well, I'll be back in the south. And then, you know, what's in my eye? Something's in my eye. And I, you know, just to get out of here. Nobody wants to live in a van. Nobody wants to live in a van in the wintertime in the Northeast. Nobody'd want to do that. Anybody have any common sense? Unless you're living in a house, that's different. But if you're living in a vehicle or a van or a camper, you want to be where it's warm. You want to be where it's like in the 70s during the day, or the 60s or whatever. You don't want to be where it's friggin' 10 degrees out, or it's 20, 25 degrees, 30 degrees during the daytime, or 15 degrees during the daytime. It's just too cold. Fort Pierce is not. Yeah, I like Fort Pierce. Hopefully I get back there. I like Fort Pierce. I like Southeast Georgia. I like Louisiana. I like parts of the Panhandle of Florida. I like a lot of them places. Kind of miss them, I've been in this area where I am now for a while, and it's okay, but it's time to move on, It's just time to move on. You get sick of being in one area too long, If you're here for a couple months in one area, you get sick of it. You get sick of the same people. You see the same people every day. You see the same thing. It's like, it's like that movie Groundhog Day, kind of. That's the deal. Yeah, surfing's pretty good if you're a good surfer. Especially on the coast of Florida, if you get out there. Or even California, they do a lot of surfing. Yeah, it's good to keep moving if you can. Because, like, if you stay in one area too long, people they're funny, They really are. They kind of give you some dirty looks, but I don't give a shit what they say. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to stay as long as I can. And then if I really have to leave, then I'll leave, but whatever. But, there's a lot of places that are worse than where I am right now. That's why I'm not leaving here for right now. Because I don't want to get into something that's even worse. And you got to be careful about that. Well, like I say, it just it still costs money. It still costs money to live in a van, but it's cheaper than still living in a house. I mean, I've got it down as cheap as I can get it. I've got the money down as low as I can get it. I still got to do laundry, pay for my gym membership. My phone's $32 a month for my flip phone. The food and stuff, I get some of it for free, but some of it I have to buy. I don't get all that because some days I don't go out. When it's 90 to 100 degrees, I'm not shutting my generator off and driving to the soup kitchen. I'm not doing that. Freaking van's over 110 degrees. By the time I get back to my van, it's not worth it. A lot of days I just buy the damn food. Do you check city crime rates? I don't. I should, but I don't. Because today there's a lot of cities that are worse off than other ones, That's a good idea. Have you seen that? I don't know who this guy is. But anyways, I don't. I really should though, because it's there's a lot of crime. There's cities that got more than others. And where I am right now, it's not that bad. It's just being here at the same place every day. It's kind of annoying, or it's not going to hold up. I know it's not going to hold up much longer. I'll make it. Because I know I only got a few more months left. Let's see, I got September, October, a couple more months. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Who's this guy? TikTok. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to block this ID TikTok permanently? Okay. How's that? Does that answer your question? Is that it? Does that answer your question? Maybe it does. Yeah. You got these dumb people that come in here. It's just, they're retarded. You know. That's right. Bam! Just like that. Adios, sucker. Get the bam just like that. I ain't putting up with your nonsense. Come on here to have a friendly chat with the decent people that come into my channel. Not you yo-yos. Let's see here. How's that? Is that good enough for you? Is that good enough for you? How's that, sucker? You must have an awful boring life to keep making up Google accounts or keep putting another email or Gmail connected to that name, to that account to come back in here. What a loser. Get lost. Go play in traffic. Make yourself useful. What a loser. Yeah, I know. I lost my Honda, but it's okay. I mean, it's okay because I can. I got the one now that I've got. So this guy don't get the message. He's just retarded. There you go, sucker. Is that good enough for you? Great question. Yeah. It's good to check the crime rates in the cities because you don't know which cities are worse than others. I hear Birmingham, Alabama is really bad. There's a lot of crime there, a lot of killing there. It's supposed to be one of the worst in the country, according to the news and all that, if you watch the news at all. Gary, Indiana is supposed to be really high crime. But I don't go to them places really. I don't go to Birmingham. I don't go to Gary, Indiana. But those are supposed to be some really bad areas, like for high crime. But I don't go there, so I'm not going to worry about them places. I mean, I've been to Indiana, but not where that is. But the Predator appears to be It seems to be okay, yeah. I was kind of like worried about it, but it seems to be okay. Well, I mean, time will tell. Let's have it a couple, 3 years, see how it's running. Give it a couple years, everyday use. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. Like I said, I got the year warranty, so, you know. How far west have you traveled? I've traveled to Missouri. A place called Sightston, Missouri. That's about as far as I've been. West. Sightston, Missouri. And I've been to Slidell, Louisiana. And it's kind of in the same category, but Sightston, Missouri's up north of Slidell. Way up north. But I haven't been out to, like, you know, Oklahoma or anything like that. Not yet. Or Texas. I mean, I've never been to Texas. I've never been to Texas. But someday I'll get there. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be with this van or not. But you know, I've been the East Coast. Like I always tell you guys, that the East Coast of the United States is a big chunk of land. If you start from Maine to Miami, from the state of Maine to down to Miami, all along Interstate 95, that's a big chunk of stretch of land. It really is. That's a lot of traveling. But I'd like to go out to Texas and that, but I just haven't got that far yet. You know, Texas is nice. I love traveling in Texas. Yeah, I bet it is nice. I bet there's parts of it that is really nice. But you know, I just haven't been that far. But I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Alabama. I've been to northern Alabama. I've been to Mississippi. I've been up in Jackson, Mississippi. I've been way up northern Mississippi. I've been all the way to Jackson, Tennessee. I've been to Nashville, outside of Nashville. I've been to Knoxville. I've been to Roanoke, Virginia. I've been to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I've been to a bunch of places in North Carolina and Georgia as well. You know, Naples, Florida. Yeah, I've been there. Naples is nice. I traveled from Naples to Spokane, Washington. That's a good trip. That's a long trip. That's a long one. Have you seen an increase in tolls? I think the tolls that are there have gone up. Yeah, the prices have gone up, but I don't travel the toll route. I go around them. But I believe, and you can look it up, that the tolls have gone up. They're not what 5 years ago, and what it is now, it's higher. They keep especially New York. New York likes to raise everything up. They like to bring the price up, 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 up. New York's a good one to raise prices. They always do that. You know, that's why I try to go out Interstate 84 to Scranton, Pennsylvania. And then I go down 81 to Harrisburg. And that gets me around the tolls. But coming back in the Northeast, there's no way out of it. You got to pay that one toll going over the Hudson River coming back. So, nothing I can do about that. Hello, Coach. Greetings from Finland. If you were able to stay at one place, disagree with people's opinion about van dwellers, what place? If I could stay in one place, it'd probably be Louisiana, somewhere in Louisiana. Probably Slidell. Louisiana. I think I could make it there even though it gets hot in the summer, I think I could make it there. I'm from Naples, lived there for 50 years. So, move to St. Augustine. Yeah, Naples is nice. Yeah, I liked it there. It was pretty nice. And St. Augustine, I've been there a bunch of times too. A bunch of times. But there's other places that are nice too, you know. Like I say, southeast Georgia, Louisiana. You know, probably parts of Texas as well. But, you know, I haven't been that far, so. But I've traveled quite a bit, though. Along the East Coast and a little bit of the Midwest. And, you know, I've done pretty good. Montana in the summer, yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to get out that way, all those places. But, you know, it just takes money, you know. It takes a lot of money to do this. You know, in my situation, this van, you know, providing I could get free gas all the way around there, it'd be okay. But when you get out in different places, people are not going to be so friendly. Like when you get out past the Midwest, people might not hand out that gas like that. You might not be able to get it like that. And, you know, in the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, I can get free gas. Louisiana, you know, Mississippi. I can get help there. Certain places I can't get help. You know, Pennsylvania is one of the biggest ones, and I know it's coming. So I got a pocket full of money ready for Pennsylvania. I don't have to ask nobody. And what I'm trying to do is buy as little bit of gas I have to buy in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is higher than any other state. Pennsylvania is higher than Connecticut gas prices. Imagine that. Just as you come up over this big mountain in New York, and you come back down, you come into Port Jarvis, and you're into Pennsylvania, the fucking gas over there is like $4 and something a gallon. It's crazy money. It's a highly expensive. So you want to have all your gas bought in Danbury, Connecticut, fill up all your cans. Hopefully you can make it to southern Pennsylvania. You have to buy a little bit, but you know. Pennsylvania is not a good state, and it's not friendly people there. The people are not friendly. They're not going to hand you out gas. I tried it. It don't work. I mean, it did work, but I had to be there all day to do it. It's not a friendly place. The people are not friendly, and they're not giving people out that way. You know. And then once you get out of there, it gets better. Once you get south down in Virginia, things get a lot better. You know. If you got plenty of money, it don't matter. But if you have to buy all that gasoline, it's gonna hurt your wallet. It's gonna hurt you. You know. I mean, if you got plenty of money, well, it's different. You know. I mean, if you got the money, it's different. But that's why I like when I get to Virginia. It's like a home run once you get there. People are gonna give you whatever you want. A lot better. Yeah, you know. That's what I say, just barely getting by. It's just another day. I don't know. I'm thankful I'm in a place where I can get free gas. I'm thankful I'm in a place where I can get free food once I go there. And other things, you know. Them are the kind of places you have to look for if you don't have a lot of money. You know, I could probably spend a couple $1,000s a month living in a van. And I say a couple $1,000s a month living in a van if I have to buy everything. If I have to buy all the gas, I have to buy all the food. You know. But, I don't know, so. But anyways, guys, I've been rambling on long enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Till next time. Hit that like button as well. Hit that like. Alright. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Thanks for coming in, JK.